Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, I should be able to do this still. Um, oh God. How about we aim this at Stationeers? That would be a very good idea. Hello. I just need to make sure that this is actually... Yep, there we go. Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to a big hole in the ground. This is not actually, I'm not building anything down here. I just needed to go and get some more volatiles actually. Yes, so welcome everyone to Stationeers, a game that I think I've shown on YouTube before. Yes, I have shown it on YouTube before because I did the switch, the combination switch guide. This is going to be a little bit more of a very similar style of video stream thing, whereas I'm actually going to try and do some projects on stream, and then we can burn in a fiery death together when it all goes horribly wrong. I think that is a fantastic idea. So I just need to get some volatiles, just a little bit more. Yeah, that should be fine. And I'll give you a bit of a tour of the moon, because the moon is where I am. There we go, there's the moon base. It's not finished. The areas that I'm missing at the moment, as you can see, these doors here and these doors back here. So there's going to be another set of these doors between these two areas here. So yeah, up there. So this will be like the buggy park area, and then that will be a buggy airlock, big one. And then going through here, hold on, I'll start. Well, yeah. So we've done the buggy park. Through there is going to be an exit, a side exit. As you can see, I've started putting these airlocks in, but I've not quite hooked them all up yet. They're in sort of various states of readiness. The power system at the moment is very basic. It's just some solar panels. There's not even any tracking system on there yet. It's literally just 6 panels, but so one facing one way, so it just gets the sun as it goes, and it just charges everything up. And then so this is like the power room. That's beacon. It's a little bit of more of a utility room, I guess. There's a furnace around there, and then here is the main workshop with a couple of chambers for the two different gases. So volatiles in one and oxygen in the other. And then so quite simply, this one's set up, or roughly set up. There needs to be a little bit more work done on it yet, but basically put oxygen into the room, goes into the furnace, you flick the switch on here, and it just turns the oxygen into a gas, which I can see quite where we are at. In accordance to that powers the blast furnace. We make steel. However, the system that I've got in place at the moment is not very good. There's still an awful lot of work to do, and I am yes, it's fine. Everything's fine. So while I have got access to some steel, it's not very good. So I need to make the system better. Currently, the system works. I can't remember how many explosions I had before I got it to work, before I realised actually what I need to be doing is using a pressure regulator and a back pressure regulator. And I'll go through that in a minute. I think we've actually covered everything in here for the moment. This is the main workshop area where I just leave all my stuff. including piles of lights, because I set off the thing to make lights and then I wandered off to go and do some mining and everything went a little bit wrong. I came back to about 100 lights in individual form in my base, which was not obviously ideal. I do just need to melt all this volatile down, because if I want to run some test runs or if I need steel for something in doing this stream, well, I won't have any volatiles at the moment, so I do need to just build up the pressure a little. And then, yeah, so the first thing I want to start with is an emergency stop. A big button, which I've already placed, a big button which I can flip up the lid and hit the button and it will just stop the system. This is going to be built in 2 places. However, I've not built the area yet where the other bit is going to be. And I'm not even completely certain where I'm even going to put it. I need a control room, basically, for the blast furnace that's separate, because things like to go wrong in the blast furnace room, and I would rather like to not be in the same room as, well, you know, all the fire. So I'm thinking a control room is definitely necessary. Other things that are necessary: better tanks that I can put pressure systems into. These are all little upgrades that I would love to do, but right now I don't have the ability to do it because I do not have the steel. It's a little bit of my issue right now, is that I need the steel in order to make the things that allow me to make steel easier. So yes, we'll just have to we'll I'll just sort of make do. So anyway, we've got the guts open here. This is all ready to go, and I have started on it a little bit. I do need to find the labeler. Now, the labeler was on me when I died, but I can't remember which death. I strongly suspect it's the time when everything exploded. The first time everything exploded. So, and I think I saw the tool belt somewhere over here. I got spread a little bit far and wide. What basically happened was I was doing some welding, and I will just kind of pick up the bits of me, but yeah, I was doing some welding and the tool overheated and it stopped working. Now, I've not actually done much on the moon before, so I didn't really know what was going on, and then I put it down on the ground. And oh, is this it? No, this is not the first time I died. I might have to make a new labeler then in that case. Right, okay, I'm gonna make a new labeler. Yeah, unless it's down there. So this was possibly the crater that I. No, that's all from the first time I died. Yeah, basically, the my welding torch overheated, and I didn't realise, and I ignored the warning signs and exploded. So yeah, that was a thing that happened. Right, I've got a tool. I can probably just make a new labeler, can't I? I need 1 gold. Oh god, I've got to go out and get some gold, don't I? Yeah, I've probably got gold somewhere, but I'd rather just. Hold on, I've got my thingamajig on me. It's fine. Alright, so let's go and get some. No, let's not go and get some gold. Let's go and get some. This is always going to happen. It's like, yes, I'm going to do this thing, and actually, I need some things I currently don't actually have at all. So that's a thing. Right, yeah, let's just wander out into the waves, see if we can find some gold. There should be some nearby. I've been consuming all the iron and all the copper in the world, but I haven't really touched much of the gold, so I'm hoping. I mean, I can always pop it out of another machine. I'd just rather not. You know, I'd rather have that machine have some gold of its own, rather than me constantly having to pilfer other machines. We will get to the project in a minute, I'm sure. It'll be a sort of a reasonably simple one anyway, just to start off with, and as I do other streams, I'll kind of do more and more complicated ones as time goes on. For example, I'm not going to do this for the fire suppression system yet. That is going to involve an awful lot of work building up to that. I already started it in that I have a tank that's I'm putting carbon dioxide into. But for the moment, that system is just not going to be functional at all yet. I'm very, very surprised I've not found any gold yet. Usually, it's not too bad. I should also know that I'm not playing with food, sort of hunger on. It's just power and oxygen, just because an awful lot of the time when things are in early access and they're not balanced yet, it can just kind of feel a little bit meh. So for the moment, until the game is released, and I did the same with Subnautica, the first one actually. I didn't play. Actually, did I do a survival run of Subnautica? I don't think I did in the end. I've done one of Below Zero, but in my mind, you know, an awful lot of that balancing had already been done for Subnautica, so it wasn't really too much of an issue. But yeah, so I've not got the hunger on, and I won't until game is released, which I don't know how long Stationeers has left in it in development time. In all honesty, the game feels good. You know, I know that some people have problems with performance in this game. This may be because of their own habits, in that they're not cleaning up after themselves, and they're just kind of. I'm going to have to take it out of the machine, I think, for the sake of brevity. I'll go this way a little bit, just to see if I can see any gold, but I strongly suspect I'm going to need to just nick some out of another machine, because I do need that labeler. Right, nicking out of another machine, that's fine. We'll do that. Yeah, I've no idea where I was going there. No, I cannot remember where I was going. It's fine. If it comes back to me, it comes back to me. The joys of not sleeping very well. We had a storm here, and yes, I'm a little bit all over the place at the moment. It wasn't the storm really that was keeping me up. Actually, it wasn't really the storm per se. Oh, I've got no power either. We can sort that out. I've got all this coal. I need to get power sorted out properly. Really, I need far more solar panels. But in order to do that, I need steel. So for the moment, it's fine. I mean, I could get steel. I've probably got enough in here, but I would quite like to get the emergency stop. Why am I losing pressure? I'm losing pressure from this system. Where from? I mean, there's been a few accidents, and I don't know if I've damaged something. Well, I don't know if damage can be done to canisters. Like, is this leaking? because it is, you know, it has taken damage in one of the explosions, but there's definitely pressure leaking out of the system somewhere, and I don't know where. It shouldn't be going in. This is all dead. So where's it going? Okay, I've turned the gas mixer off, and that does seem to have stopped. Okay. Maybe the gas mixer being on, it was still mixing gas and putting it into this pipe here, but that's annoying. Right, fine, whatever. I'll deal with that at some point. But yeah, we can still rig this up. So anyway, so I've got 2 logic memories, and I've got a big important button. And if I press the big important button, nothing happens. It's a big important button that doesn't do anything yet. So what we need to do is we need to read the state of this big important button. We then need to equate the state to a memory chip, which we don't need 2 for, actually, thinking about it. And then I need to write it to the pressure regulator and to the this one. I didn't explain this at all. Okay, right. So what happens is, so I make oxygen in these oxygen and volatiles in these 2 rooms. It's a clumsy system. It's a system that needs improving, but for the moment, it's the best I've got. So volatiles goes into this system here, the red system, and the oxygen goes into the green system. So this is the pipe meter for the oxygen system. This is the pipe meter for the volatile system, which is now increasing in pressure. I'm not going to, unless it gets stupidly high, it should be fine. I think it might be because maybe the sun's coming up. Maybe it's hot. I don't know. Really, I need to keep these gases at a consistent temperature, because if they're cold, then the pressure should be lower, I think. Anyway, so these go into the gas mixer. Now, the gas mixer takes the volatiles and it takes the oxygen, and it mixes it. So 34% of the mix is oxygen and 66% of it is volatiles. I think that's the way round it is. Then goes into a pressure regulator. Now this pressure regulator is currently set to 0 kPa. I don't want any pressure in the pipe, so that's what I've got it set to. If I wanted to smelt steel, because that's kind of what I'm doing it as, I would then need to increase this pressure, and then that would go into here. But the back pressure regulator at the moment is also set to 0. So unless I crank up the back pressure regulator first, like so, currently I have to do it by clicking, anything that's over the output is going to be released through the back pressure regulator. Pressure will only be allowed past this point if it is over what I've got it set to. Let's crank that down again. So yeah, so that's just a very, very easy way for me to just vent the pressure if the pressure is too high in the system. The pressure regulator obviously is stopping the pressure from getting too high. This is why, as a result, the important button needs to shut this system down. And what it's going to do is it's just basically going to say to both the back pressure, the pressure regulator and the back pressure regulator, stop. You know, your setting is now 0, so it's going to match that setting. I need to get a couple of chips, mathematical chips. It's been a little bit of time since I've done anything like this. I need copper, and I need right. Copper is going to go in there, and I'm going to make those right. Gold. I've got some gold in here. I use this gold because I need labelers. I need to get this labeler. Right. I now have a labeler. I will just make a new small battery for it. Right. Basically, I just need to write the state of that chip that's 0 to this. Where am I going? God's sake. It's a little bit of a maze. I need to sort out a few things in here. It's fine. I need to wait until that's charged. I don't want to use that battery before anybody says anything. Oh, why aren't you using a large battery instead? Yeah, I need that for my soup. I'll just wait till it's green, and then should be good to go. Should be good to go now. It's fine. It's 50% full. Right. So this logic memory is going to be called shutdown mem. This is going to be called the shutdown button. I've only got one. I'll just call this the furnace regulator. And this is the furnace back reg. Just in case I end up with more systems on here. Okay. Right, so I need to take the value from here. So from... Wait, where are we pulling the value? Okay, where do we pull the value from? Well, we pull the value from the logic reader. Like that. This cable needs to come out a little bit further. That. Building these things is part of the fun because I don't have a huge amount of space because I've got this pipe in here. I mean, I can clean it up later. Oh, I'll clean it up later. Okay, so we're reading the state of that. And then we are writing I could probably do a bridge actually. I could bring this up for the moment and down and then just bridge it. So I will need power. You don't have any. Make a whole bunch of this. That should be enough for this little project. Right. Oh, you know what? I'm cheating. This is not the way to do these things. I've done these things in the past. This The way that I'm doing these things right now is a way for you to be embroiled in so much hurt and pain when it comes to actually setting these things up correctly. Certainly when you're building these things quickly, it's fine. But what I would strongly recommend is when you're dealing with complicated systems, keep your power lines and your data lines set as separate as you possibly can. This is because, well, when you're trying to actually set these things up, you just end up with a long list. I can actually show you. So this is everything that's hooked up to the data line that the advanced airlock setup is wanting to look at. There's a lot. This is all stuff that it can see. Some of it doesn't know what to do with. Some of it does. And so if you're not careful, obviously all this stuff has ended up on the same data line. Really, you do want to separate your data connections as much as possible. So it's certainly something that I do need to do because, power lines are also hooked into data lines up at things like lights, and it's just sort of very, very messy, especially when you've got a room system like this. So at some point I will need to go through and actually separate them. You can separate the data and power lines out by using transformers or the power control units. They won't carry data through them. However, there is no way of stripping data off power lines, so if you need to do that, basically just try not to make them cross, essentially. Okay, we should be able to. Now I'm going to I think we can use that renames it. What is it? There's a way of. So basically, logic reader in, that's only pulling from. Why is it not pulling from the button? Oh no, it is right. Okay. So on activate, we need to be writing to the. There's just an awful lot of them. Furnace regulator. We need to be setting it to 0. Oh, that's because we're not fully hooked up yet. Yeah, we go. So the input is the shutdown mem, isn't it? No, wait, hold on. Oh god, what are we doing? That's setting that to that. But we need okay, so if that is that, I'm missing an in between piece, and I can't think of what I'm missing. It's a math, right? So where are my maths ones? My chips. which I probably just threw in a pile somewhere. There we go. Logic processors. So, God, why is this so difficult? My brain is complete fuzz. Is it that one? No, it's... If that is okay, so if that is pressed, I need to take the memory and fire that to the logic writer. But I'm missing the in-between bit that basically says if the logic reader is fired or recognised. Oh, good God. My brain is complete mush. I'm very, very tempted to go and do something a little bit simpler until I can go away and read up on this and spend hours over something as simple as if that button is pressed, then just set these two to 0. Right, I'm doing something. I'm doing something a little simpler, I guess. I do need to get pressure values set up on these two machines. So that's should be easy. Yeah, because it's just a logic reader and logic writer. Because I can't pull the state of the battery because sorry, the state of the button, because the state of the button is 1, which means that I don't need the memory chip. I just need to invert it. So it is a maths. It is one of these, but it's essentially a NOT gate that I need. Would it be a logic math? That's the question. So if the so if the button reader, the shutdown writer, it's just a logic math, shutdown math, or maths. Well, no, it's a math. It's a math unit, so we'll call it a math unit. Okay, so we are taking shutdown writer, which is not right. We are taking button reader, and we are basically saying that if math unit isn't the right one, logic compare, that would be that's the bunny, right? So shutdown compare. So we are going to be taking the button reader. If it is not equal to This is literally what I needed to do all along. Shut down mem. So if it's not equals to shutdown mem, it's then going to kick that out. Shutdown or shutdown compare is my in. Furnace regulator is my out, and it's setting. So in theory, by pressing this button, that sets it to 0. Excellent. Wasn't that hard all in all? So I just now need a logic writer, of which I do not have. I need one more logic writer, and then I can finish up this system and button it up for the moment. Now I've got a load of these logic IOs. I'll have to wire this in a little bit interestingly, but that can actually go in there now. Pretty much done there. Get these. And I'll go through and I'll clean this mess up at some point. Oh. Need to bring that back. There. So this is my shutdown writer 2. And same again. So we're taking the shutdown compare. Now we're doing it to the furnace back pressure regulator, and we're going to just be setting it to setting. And I'll just check that. So just bring it up by 100. Hit the button. That's now 0. Excellent. I can now button this one up, and the horrors of the circuit are now hidden underneath. Okay, that was slightly more painful than I expected it would be. Got one floor grating here. I don't know where that's come. Oh, that came from upstairs. That's fine. Right, so that is just a nice, easy emergency system setup. Now, I might want to just do something a little easier at this point. I do need to get this hooked up. I mean, I can quickly do this this door. I do need one other thing. I need to get the active event. Though, so the nature of this door is not actually to be run as an airlock necessarily. It's more to be used as, in theory, in the future when there's a fire in here and the system needs to basically lock it off from everywhere else to stop the the atmosphere from igniting. So, in reality, what is this here for? These doors need to be replaced with blast doors, really, both of them. And this needs to be covered up properly, both sides. Really, these tanks need to just not be here at all. They need to be outside. But they're inside for the moment. Yeah, okay. Well, where are we at? Okay, so I've got about 20 minutes left. Well, we can give this a go. I may need to get some more fuel, but I can certainly give it a go. It's loaded up with enough to make 120. Okay, let's get this back pressure regulator up first. I'm going to set the back pressure regulator up to about 4,000 kPa. And I'm going to bring this up to 1,500 to begin with. May not even need that. Yep, that's there in case it does blow. But once it gets to 1,000, we should have steel. There we go. We have steel. Excellent. I might be able to make some tanks actually. I'm just going to shut the system down. So much easier than so my next sort of iteration of this, which is just something that I will do off camera because it's just something that I will need to do, is so there will be a row of buttons essentially, and it will be set up in a very much the same way as this, where it will basically just set the pressure regulators to say, you know, I want to make steel. And so it will just set the pressure, both the pressure regulators to what they need to be. Though the back pressure regulator will probably be set to something quite high anyway. Yeah. Well, we've got some steel now. We can do some things with steel. I'm going to actually start by doing something that I'm not going to be doing that. No, I need to get these, come on. I need to, did I just put it in the wrong one, I think? I think I may have just done, I need to make my blast doors. And I think that's in the other one. Yes, of course it is. So the steel. So the airlock gate is what I need. I also need some gold. I need more gold than that. Actually going through a surprising amount of gold at the moment. Can put the electrum back in there. I'll put the copper in here because I think I might need some. Do I have any gold? Yes. These will not be hooked up yet, but I do need to start putting them in. I need to get a new filter as well because my filter's just died. Right. Oh, come on. Yes, so I'm just going to be putting in the blast doors. I should have enough steel for the 3. Whether or not I have enough of the other stuff is a different matter. Right, right, just make me a filter, please. now get back to making those. These are wonderful. I really do like the airlock gate. I think, you know, I know that they were trying to work on something like this for a little while, and they couldn't really do anything because it was more than a block high, and the system that they were using couldn't really understand it. You know, why would you want a block that's more than you know, a single block high? But yeah, so we've got these airlock gates which allow for any size of airlock as long as it's too high. So you can go as wide as you like. However, I think this will be okay for my buggy. So just getting in and out. Can't remember how much steel this uses. Oh yeah, 25 grams. Yes, I'll have just enough to seal this off. That would be really, really nice, actually. And then I can start work on my next. Well, no, it's not going to be my next project. My next project is actually getting the blast furnace up and running properly, getting a control room built for it so that I can look at it and marvel at it as it explodes. But it's just sort of getting the blast furnace room sort of up to standard. It may end up being that one's just a prototype, and I'm going to be doing a much better one another time. But for the moment, this one will do for now. And yes, maybe in the future that blast furnace may actually move somewhere. In reality, the IO stuff that I do is not particularly difficult. You just kind of have to think in a fairly logical manner, get stuck, think about it, realise that actually you need to do something else, and then work it out, and then just sort of continue on. As long as it works, end of the day, then what's the problem? Even if it's a little bit clumsy or may not necessarily be as smooth and as streamlined as you wanted it to be. As long as it works, who cares really at the end of the day. Which I think is a reasonably good, you know, just general point for life. You know, if it works at the end of the day, you know, who really cares? An awful lot of inventions came off the back of accidents. So this is what the gate will look like when it's finished. I would quite like to get some black paint because it looks really good in black. Let me just see if I can get some spray paint. Okay. There you go. Right, yeah, that's looking good now. So yeah, I think I'm going to end here. I think we've kind of reached quite a nice sort of end for now. This will be coming back, possibly a little bit more, because it's nice to think about other things. You know, it's nice to sort of get stuck with a problem and actually be able to fix it, as opposed to just be stuck with a problem and well, you know, these days we kind of get surrounded by our own problems that we've got no hope of fixing ourselves, and it can kind of drag us down a bit. So, you know, it's suddenly nice to get stuck into a problem that I can actually sort of control and fix and do something with. So yeah, the blast furnace will certainly be making a comeback, as it's a really nice sort of project to kind of play around with. You know, I'm thinking about maybe, you know, like putting the control room up here, and then we'll need a way of getting resources into it, so we can kind of do something there. Maybe have something going up to the roof. Put in like an elevator here that goes up to the roof, and then putting, yeah, you know, we can, you know, I can, you know, have a bit of a play with it, really, you know. And I need to change that name of the door because this is the blast furnace room. And what happens when I hit confirm? It gets written on the door. There's an awful lot of very, very simple things in this game that I really, really like. You know, you can not only not only can you name your doors, so you can find them really, really simply easily. It actually, you know, says what it is on the door depending on the name, which I think is really cool. Anyway, I'm going to end this little stream here. We will be back at some point. I mean, I've got to find some way to destroy the world with the uranium. So anyway, with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.